It's me, V, the CPS Scholar, and I had to do this video again. Why? Not because I didn't do a beautiful review, but because StreamYard decided to act an ass and only play my background music. So we're gonna try this one more time and talk about Lou. If you haven't checked out Lou yet, Lou is a movie on Netflix that has been recommended to me over and over and over again. So before we get into it, I hope you have a very, very, very happy morning. You're blessed, highly favored, safe, all that good stuff. I've been having a good time doing these reviews. The Because I've been Netflixing. I ain't been doing the chilling part because I'm on, a whole detox type crazy thing. And it's been making me feel good. The skin is on fleek. Look at y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this mug. But either way, so it's been doing well for me. So I've been Netflixing it up and having a good time. And I hope you guys have been safe, happy, all that good stuff. And I wanted to shout out everybody who's been subscribing, everybody who's been leaving me comments. It's super appreciated. I made this channel for you and me. So with that being said, because this is the second time I'm going to do this, let's go ahead and get into Lou. Let me hit you guys with the intro and we will keep it moving. Hopefully it catches my voice this time and not just the freaking background music, because StreamYard, you're stressing me out. This doesn't happen that often, but it is what it is. All right. I'm Vita CPS Scholar, and my channel is about grown-up conversations, reviews, reactions. It's about chats, anything that you guys are interested in or I find interesting, I jump on and I do a whole review. So this was Lou on Netflix, and it starred Allison Janney, Journey Smollett, and let me see the guy who played the crazy ass daddy on here. Let me see if I can pull him up. But it was a really, 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 really good movie. The way that I do my reviews on my channel is I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I liked about the movie. Basically what floated my boat about the movie, and then I'm gonna give you a chance to drop off because then I'm gonna get into spoilers. Why? Because I definitely want you to go check out the movie yourself. Come back, comment. Of course, watch the whole video. Come back and comment and let me know what you thought about it. Do you agree with my assessment, or did you think it was a complete dumpster fire? Um, as for me, I really like this movie. It had an amazing cast. Logan Marshall Green as Philip. So Allison Janney is Lou. Journey Smollett is Hannah. And Logan Marshall Green is Philip. And then the baby girl has the same name as me, V. That's Ridley Asha Bateman. And she was totally gorgeous, beautiful, all that good stuff. So this is a review / rant. So there's not going to be any step-by-step of the plot, but I'm definitely going to give you guys what I thought about it as I watched the movie, and let me know what you think. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about it. Either way, I thought it was a really, really, really amazing movie, especially when you're chilling on a Sunday, it's rainy, you need something to watch. And I'm not really big on action. Every time I've watched an action movie, I've been tricked into it. But this was an action with a little bit of a twist. It's female led. So I guess it's something that you can look up to. I mean, the woman in this movie, Allison Janney Lou, this is the strongest old woman I've ever seen. I'm like, but I know there's old women that could dance harder than me, run harder than me, hell, look better than me. So I know that it's possible, but there was a lot of superhero shit that happened in this movie. But I thought the scenery, the costumes, everything about it was very, very realistic. You felt like you were in a rugged mountain place. I think it looked like it was Alaska, but they never really said. They just kept calling it an island, and you felt the wetness, the coldness, the freezing. It was just like I felt like I just wanted to go jump in a warm shower and snuggle up after I watched this, and not in a good way, because I felt like I was about to catch hypothermia from this damn movie. And everybody in this movie needed their hair combed, right? Why? But because they were going through a crazy ass adventure. So this movie was a mixture of Indiana Jones, Anaconda, MacGyver, all mixed into one with two beautiful ladies leading it. So I gave this movie a 4 out of 5. Why? Because there was a really cool plot, a really awesome twist at the end, and it had a couple of themes in it that I resonated with. You know, you have the you want to be nurtured by your mother, having doing something in your life that you regretted, fighting to start a new life, all types of stuff. That stuff resonated with me. And it had my girl Journey Smollett. If you don't know who she is, I love her so much. I've loved her since Eve's Bayou, and I definitely loved her in Lovecraft Country, and she is really evolving as an actress. So I gave this movie a 4 out of 5. So, oh, and shout out to the crazy dad in the movie. He definitely made the movie for me. So let me go ahead, and this is the point where I'm gonna have everybody who hasn't seen it go check it out. Go watch it. It's worth it. Get your popcorn, get all that good stuff. And go watch it and come back and let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you agree with me. Is it a 4 out of 5? It's very hard to get a 5 from me to anybody who watches my channel. Trying to think of which movie I would give a 5. I'm thinking maybe The Godfather or Casino, and that they just so happen to both be mafia movies, but I adore those movies. I love the story. I love everything about them. I love the cinematography. I love how the characters develop. And so I absolutely adore those movies. So that's what those are 5s to me. Let me see. I want to see if I can pick a black movie that's a 5. There's definitely a black movie that's a 5. I might do a video of the movies that I consider top notch. So when I do reviews, you can kind of gauge what makes me happy, what lights me up. I'm really big into cinematography, plot, and I will watch a bootleg movie before anything else just to see a good story. I'm a storyteller myself, so I love to have a good story. So let me go ahead and hit you guys with this. Let you guys drop off, go watch it, and then please come back. But before you leave, make sure you do me a favor and yes, please leave a comment. And if you're digging my content, subscribe. Yeah, not my all my videos drop and have no damn sound. If you go check out my other playlist. So technical difficulties. Either way, Lou. So the movie starts off and you see a beautiful older lady walking around doing very, very Indiana Jones type stuff. Um, she's totally she's going and she's killing animals. I said this movie has so much stab, kill in it. I said this is worse than a Jason movie, and it was kind of making me queasy, but you know, if it helps the story, then it is what it is. So she's around there with her little puppy dog, and she's going and she's shooting animals. She's doing errands, I guess you would do if you lived in a mountain town. She goes to the bank and she takes out a whole bunch of money. She's writing a letter. It seems to be like an unalive letter. And if you know, YouTube flags your channel for saying certain words. If when I say unalive, she's trying to take herself out. She's practicing with a shotgun while she's sitting down to take her head off. And you're like, okay, what the heck she got going on? Then it flashes over to one thing that they pointed out is that she has issues with her wrist, and that comes back later in the story. And so the other character you meet is the single mom, and that is Journey's character Hannah and the baby girl V, and they're talking. You could tell she's obviously struggling. The baby girl asks where her father is, and she makes up some mystical story, but you could see the freaking out in her face that something is not right with the whole father situation. And you realize that she's kind of goes off and she says she's figuring out how she could tell this is the baby girl, her dad is actually dead. Then they end up interacting together, Lou and Hannah, when Lou say, where's my rent? And she's like, I'm gonna try to get it to you. She starts, trying to make excuses. She's like, nope, you need to put it in my cabin. have it ready for me. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And then she tries to pull off and she almost hits V. Hannah cusses her out. And that's how you can see that there is a, bumping the heads between these two characters. There's a young dude who comes and speaks to Hannah, and you can kind of tell he's trying to holler at her, and he's giving her a book and ask her what she's going to do about telling her daughter that the dad passed. And you're like, oh, okay, so they got a little flirtations going on while Lou is talking to the sheriff, and he's saying, you need to. He's used to her, old grumpiness, and asking her, what she's been doing, how that big ass dead ass deer ended up in the back of her truck, and she's like, oh, it just ran out, but it's obviously that she killed the deer, and they show her cutting up the meat, all this other stuff, and he gives her basically some advice, like if you have the arthritis in your wrist, I have this copper bracelet, and it's been working wonders, and I don't know how it works, but it definitely works. So we see the Mr. Fine, who was trying to holler at the the baby's, I want to call her baby's mother, the child's mother, Hannah, that pulling over because there's a storm coming, and he sees a guy on the side of the road. They jump in the car, which I'm like, oh, stranger danger, stranger danger. Every time I see a white van, I'm like, oh hell no. My kids always say he looks like he drives a white van. It takes me out every time they say it. But they're riding and he's playing, putting in cassettes, and they're having a bromance in 2 seconds. Next thing you know, he reaches over and he pop, 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 pop. He bangs a dude thing into the van, start whooping his ass. And I'm like, oh my God, this reminds me of the Twilight Zone. And I don't know if you've ever seen the Twilight Zone, the movie. There is a vignette at the beginning where there's a song playing Midnight Special. It's a midnight special. And it's Dan Aykroyd. And this other actor, he has curly hair. He's like one of the best actors, and I cannot remember his name. And he's like, you want to see something scary? And he keeps asking him, and he's like, all right. And then he pulls out his mask. He's a monster. He ends up eating the damn man. I think it's his name. Is that Albert Brooks? Oh my God, it came back to me. Albert Brooks and Dan Aykroyd in Twilight Zone. This is what this reminded me of. So he whoops the dude's ass, kills him, and takes the van. I'm like, oh shoot, this ain't right. So we're in the middle of a storm, and Lou and Hannah are fighting to get everybody safe. The mom tells V to hang out in the house while she tries to figure it all out. And we see the guy break into the house while they're all scrambling to figure it out, break into the house and takes the little girl. I said, see, it's so much stranger danger in this movie. It's so much stranger danger. So he takes the little girl, and then Lou and Hannah realize the little girl is gone, and they're like she's like, oh her daddy then came and got her, and you like, hold up, ain't the daddy supposed to be dead? Like, oh, I thought he was dead because he was a war criminal, and they told me that he blew himself up. That's how we came here, to run away from all the craziness of the government chasing him and all this other stuff like that. But I guess he's alive because he's a bomb expert. He must have figured out a way to blow up the building and not actually be dead. What in the hell? So Hannah's like, okay, we got to go find my baby. So that's when they go on this adventure. And Lou's like, you go get help. You go find us in the middle of this crazy ass storm. And I'm going to go find her. I know how to track her. She's like, how the hell you know how to track? Don't worry about that. Mind your damn business. We're going to go track her. She's like, no, you ain't going to leave me. I'm going to go find my child. So then they go on these adventures. They're chasing down. The dad has the daughter. He done figure out a way to put her to sleep in this like really cool. It's kind of like a wagon, but it's covered, and he's pulling her along, and he's trying to get to these different checkpoints. And Lou and Hannah are on the trail. And there were several cool parts of this journey. And I was like, this is some crazy Indiana Jones plus Dora the Explorer. Because Hannah and his whack ass Bob, I'm sorry, everybody was looking rough in this thing, was chasing them down. And there were some really cool scenes that let you know that Lou know how to handle herself. So Lou, one of the cool parts I saw was when Lou ran up on these two dudes who were obviously waiting at the checkpoint or helping the other guy out, the dad, Philip, to take this little girl away, and they roll up and it's in this cabin. And what it reminded me of is it was one of those damn Pam Grier movies. Why are there always some hillbillies in a cabin? That might not be politically correct. I don't know. In a cabin waiting to be a killer. But Lou went in there, acted like she was hurting old lady and couldn't find her dog. One of them believed her. The other one was giving her the side eye. But she went to whooping ass. There was a crazy ass fight scene. She was hanging with the dude. They was slamming the hell out of Lou. And she ended up jumping the dude, well, shooting the other one dude who believed her. Poor man, he believed her. He thought it was an old lady who needed to find her dog. And then the other dude, they get into a brawl for it all, and she ended up jumping on him. And I'm just gonna do the symbol. God, I'm like, okay, Lou hardcore. And Hannah was like, what the hell? What are you? Like, don't worry about that. Mind your business. We're gonna keep going. So that was one scene I thought was awesome. Then there was a scene where they had to they had stopped. Was it before or after? Anyways, there was Indiana Jones bridge that they had to cross. And I always think of Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. If you've ever seen Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, I think that's my favorite Indiana Jones, where they kidnapped the little Indian kids and put them into slavery, and Indiana Jones had to come get the special stones to release them. Anyways, there was a bridge scene where they had to cross, and there was crocodiles at the bottom. In this case, there was a big rushing river that could take you out because there was a storm going on, and they were going through, and I was like, what in the Stand By Me is this? And they're trying to get across, and it's obvious that Hannah's afraid of heights, and Lou got that bad wrist, and it locked up on her, and they fall, and they're rolling, and it's like sliding, and they're down at the bottom. Lou they both get knocked out. When Hannah wakes up, Lou's in the mud, about to drown. She pulls her up. So then they have to go find someplace dry, and it was really cool because Lou said, I need a break, and then it was like, are you a Girl Scout because you know how to do all this stuff? She was like, nope. And then she ends up pulling out the matches, and the matches get wet, and they're like, ah, shit. And then Hannah's hurt her foot, so she's trying to wrap it up. And Lou's always like, I'll leave your ass. I don't even care. I'll leave you. And it was super crazy because she figured out a way to light a fire with the cotton from the first aid kit. So it was like, okay, something about you is different. So they keep going, and they show a scene to show how crazy the dad is. He's getting annoyed because the dudes that were supposed to be at the checkpoint aren't there because their ass is dead. They miss another checkpoint, but on this journey that they were on, the little girl V found a butterfly, and the butterfly's wing was broken, and she like fixed it up and released her or whatever, and the dad comes along. Is just mesmerized by it, gets it, and while he lets her go to the bathroom, he picks it up and he kills it. And she's like looking all crazy because he gave a whole explanation. When something's hurt, it's not gonna make it. You just gotta take it out. And she's like, oh shit, daddy, crazy. So as Lou is going on these adventures and stuff, it was super crazy because you're getting more of the story about Hannah and her husband and how he used to beat her ass, and that the little girl never got beat because the mom would have a safe word with her, and it was oh my god, game time or go time, something like that. And so she would go hide, and so that comes back later in the story. So they're chasing them down and everything, and they end up and you try to find out what his final destination is, and it turns out it's this big lighthouse. And you try to figure out what the lighthouse is about, and it's doing flashbacks, and it's a little boy, and he's getting snatched by, it looks like, by some more Iranian dudes at a lighthouse, and he's screaming for his mom. And then it flashes back because there was some postcards that say, hi mom, this, that, and the other. And what you realize is Lou is Philip, Hannah's husband, mom. And the reason he hates her so much is because he felt like she abandoned him. She wasn't much of the mother, and he was angry about it the whole time. So find that all out. So the other part is the sheriff is trying to find them because they finally get a hold of him on the radio. Um, and they're saying they're kidnapped, and the federal government calls and says, hey, these the one dude is a war criminal and the other one is a CIA agent that basically they need to take out. Why? Because she has proof that they were involved in a coup in Iran, and they've been looking for her, so that's why she been on the run. So it's all types of crazy stuff in this plot. So like I said, moving right along, they're going along, and they tell the sheriff, don't let any civilians get in there because basically they finna go take everybody out. And he's like, oh shoot, they're gonna be, but there's a mom and a daughter out there. They're like, we don't give a damn what your ass talk about. We about to take everybody out. You better not let any civilians go out there. So now he's going out there and chasing them to go to try to find them on his little doom buggy. So, Hannah, I forgot how the hell Hannah got left behind a little bit, but they go to this cave. Lou goes ahead because this is the second time I'm doing this video, so y'all getting straight off the top of my dome. Hannah gets left behind. I forgot what she got left behind for, but I think she was hurt. I forgot. Either way, Lou kind of tricks her to leave her behind, and Lou gets to this cave because she's trying to get to her son, and she ends up getting to her son, and her son stabs her in the chest with a damn axe in the heart. And so he didn't finish her because what's his ultimate plan? He wants all of them to get to the lighthouse, and he wants to blow all of them up together. V, Hannah, Lou, and himself. Why? Because the world is a horrible place and he don't care nothing about them, and he want to take the whole legacy out. He want to blow them all up in the house. So Hannah ends up finding Lou, and Lou is like going back and forth with her because she's trying to save her and putting the gauze in, and that's when she finds the paperwork and like, oh my god, you're this my crazy husband's mom. You're the reason he was messed up and taken out on me and whooping my ass. Were you trying to help him to find me? What is going on? She's like, hell no. I was actually trying to save y'all because I know he hates me and I know he cannot stand family. And I'm the reason you even ended up on this island because I paid your friend to accidentally bump into you and tell you about this place, and I've been watching over you ever since. And it was a whole crazy ass scene, really, really great acting. And then she's like, okay, I gotta leave you because I still gotta go find my daughter. She's like, leave me, go find your daughter. Then the sheriff finds her. They go have an amazing scene about what's going on, and then she kind of tricks the sheriff into and steals his doom buggy to go to the dang on lighthouse. So now they're all headed to the lighthouse. The mom gets to the lighthouse first. She sees her crazy ass husband. She's like, please, can I give my baby a hug? And he allows it, but he's like ranting and raving about basically how much he hates everybody. Or the dad was crazy as hell. He acted his ass off. And then she tells the baby the safe word, and the baby, so she knows she can go hide. So then the ex-husband kind of realizes, kind of lets it happen because I could see it in his eyes. He's flipping between sanity and insanity, and he's like, "You're not gonna do anything to me. You're not like me and my mother. You're not hardcore." And she's like, "Really?" She pulled out the gun, pump, lumped his ass, right? And he's like, oh shoot, he done flew back. So they go to fighting. They go to tussling. And she also had a knife, and she stabbed the shit out of his hand, and it went into like this shutter type contraption. I'm like, oh my god. And you see him fighting and pulling. You see every bit of it to get his hand like a bear out of a damn bear trap. And meantime, she's running downstairs to go find V. She finds her, and they realize that the whole place is rigged. Lou gets there, and Lou's like, okay, and he actually pulled his hand out, and he's chasing down. And she's like, he rigged it so you can't shut it off or it'll blow up, but I could change the frequency to buy us time. Y'all get out of here. So Hannah and V escape through the grate. And then she's like, I don't want to leave you here. She's like, man, gone, I'm gonna figure it out. And then she escapes too. And they all get out. And she tells her they're having conversation and maybe in a different place. She's like, I got money for you, sell the house, all this good stuff. She's telling to Hannah. Lou is telling to Hannah. And so they see the federal government coming in, just like the Mighty Quinn when they was looking for Malby. If you don't know, look it up. They're coming in and floating, so she knows they're about to kill them. So she's like, we need a distraction. Boom. She blows up the lighthouse. I'm like, this is the most hardcore old lady. Why? Because she used to be a CIA agent, and you find out the reason that the son hates her so much and she don't care anything about the son that much is because she was undercover and she smashed one of the Iranians and she had the baby just to stay undercover. That's how deep undercover she was as a CIA agent. And she basically tells Hannah, not everybody's built to be a mom. Message. So now it's the showdown. We don't find the final master. Lou, and after she blew up the lighthouse, so Hannah and V could get away. The son sees her and they're in the beach in the ocean, and it's like, finish him. They go to fighting, doing all this crazy stuff, and he go to stab her in her side, and she grab it and she bear hug him. And in a moment, you realize he's a son that just wants to be loved. His eyes change, the emotion change, and she's like, I'm sorry. And then next thing you know, she basically done use him as a human body shield. And the Fed Ray just said, and the sun lit and they fall back. Boom, you assume both of them are hit. So then it goes to the next scene and you see Hannah at the house, and the FBI agents keep asking her if she's seen any paperwork, if she's seen Lou, whatever. She's like, why would I tell you? And if she left any paperwork, wouldn't that make her a shitty spy? Because what? Lou was a spy. And then we see and she's getting ready to move, and the sheriff comes over and said, man, you did a great memorial. It was beautiful. And they were like, no, she would have hated it because it was mushy. And then next thing you know, the daughter and the sheriff had interacted before he walked in the house, and he had on 2 copper bracelets. Oh my God, I missed the part. The way that she was able to blow up the lighthouse is because she had rigged the copper bracelet as a transmitter, and it blew up. So awesomeness, MacGyver of it all. Anyways, he's like, I got 2 bracelets, one for a friend. And they both like, okay, whatever. So the last scene, you see Hannah and V on a ferry, going off into their destiny and happiness. And you see it goes up, and you see a lady with the binoculars watching them, and it looks like Lou from the back, and she's wearing the bracelet. And the end. Great movie, lots of action, moved along really quickly. Like I said, I had to redo this video right quick. I'm surprised I remember that much. That's how you know the movie was that good. Let me know what you thought about the movie. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Thank you so much for joining me for the review. I'm going to make sure the sound works before I broadcast this thing. And I love you guys so much. And the Sepia Scholar is what? Out.